I don't know.
Are we just going to start talking?
I mean,
just doing stuff?
That's how it works.
I don't know. Welcome to episode 21 of the Twisted Dicks.
Yeah,
21.
We
Yeah.
got some episodes.
Yeah. Big 2-0s last week. Yeah.
21.
I have a new mic. I really hope I'm not blowing your ear holes out right now because it is getting pretty high up there on the scale.
We like
but
blowing some eardrums, though.
it'll be all right. We're going to get the kinks figured out with this. But I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of talking today because, as you can see, we've got the ladies with us here tonight. Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about,
another
ladies?
ladies' night.
What are we going to talk about?
You already know. If it's going to be a ladies' night, you already know what we're talking about.
Reality TV.
Perfect match. Yeah. I found mine, obviously.
Great.
She says that.
No, hush.
Because everyone needed to really know that.
Oh, well, listen. Okay. I'm going with the theme.
Anyways, we're going to talk about the perfect match. How awful it was.
Yes. That still makes me mad, especially the finale.
Yeah, and explicit.
Very explicit.
Very explicit. How explicit is
What do you mean explicit?
I'm talking titties. Is that appropriate? Can I say?
I mean,
ass. Is that appropriate? I don't know what's gonna get.
that's for future us to
Okay.
worry about. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
there was
bleep
a
what
lot
we
of body
need.
parts being showed. Lots
Yeah,
of
you need
making
to watch
out.
this show.
Lots of making out. Lots of touching.
You don't see it.
I will say it seemed more like Too Hot to Handle Perfect Match Edition.
It was giving, yes, Too Hot to Handle because most of the people
Yeah.
on the Perfect Match came from Too Hot to Handle, which was just
So-
a recipe for disaster.
So
Yup.
what is the perfect match? What?
Okay,
for people
so-
who haven't watched it.
The Perfect Match is a reality TV show, Netflix original, okay, which brings in Netflix reality TV stars. So Netflix has a lot of reality TV. They've got Love is Blind, Too Hot to
fucking much,
Handle,
in my
The
opinion,
Circle,
The Truth or the Trust or whatever it is.
yeah, and Squid Games and all
Yep.
that. So
Squid Game was good.
they did.
That's
well,
like the only one.
do
I
you
know that I
remember
really
Brighton
enjoyed.
from Squid Games?
Yes.
He hated
I
Brighton.
could not stand
I
him.
hated him in The Perfect Match. He was also
Yeah.
in The Perfect Match.
So
But-
I did see the first episode. I did watch the first episode of Perfect Match just to know who everybody was. But that's all I could handle. My skin was crawling the whole time. So I
He
was out.
did hear though, like when I was watching, he heard some of the comments and he just turned around and went,
I was trying
So-
to not
It is-
audibly cringe.
It is so
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, so Netflix just invites different reality TV stars from their universe to come on the show. And it starts off 5 girls, 5 guys. The gist of it is you match up with someone at the end of the night, go to bed with them, and then they constantly throughout the show are bringing in new people to stir the pot, basically. Like,
Yep.
they'll do challenges, and whichever couple wins a challenge,
So
they
it's
get
a
to go-
game show.
Yeah, because they at the end of it, was last season? Did they win money? I swear they won money last
No.
season. The prize is a vacation.
Yeah, I'm a whole season. I didn't even watch.
It's an
any
all
of the
paid
first
expenses
season.
vacation.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So
with your perfect match.
yeah, whichever.
If you make it that long. Because I don't know, I still don't know if it's like immediately after, like leave the show vacation, or if it's like
You
leave
know,
the show a little bit.
They
then
were
vacation.
already on vacation the whole damn time they
Right.
were there. So
I was about to say, like from what I saw, it looked like it was already a fucking
yeah.
vacation.
Yeah. I mean,
I
essentially it
would
is.
like if I was single, I would go just for that. I wouldn't give a shit about none of them bitches on there.
I mean,
just
there
be like,
were
yo,
there were
I'm
people
here to-
there who weren't single, so
Yeah. So we have found out behind the scenes.
we'll get into that later, though.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I want to know who's everybody's favorite person on the show.
Person or couple?
None of them.
Shut up.
Person.
Tolu.
Well, yeah, okay. I will say from the one, my little 2 cents because it's gonna be short and quick. From the first episode, the only episode I watched, Tolu looked like the only one that actually seemed like a decent person.
Yes.
Out of all the ones that I saw, I didn't even see any of the ones who came in, later on into the season.
Besides
but-
Jess, you know a little bit about Jess, but no.
Yeah, Tolu definitely was the realest, most genuine. I feel
Down
like
to earth.
Like she was not trying to put on a face for
Yeah.
the cameras.
Who was y'all's?
My favorite person was Jess, just because I love Jess. My favorite couple was Steven and Alara.
Yep, hands down.
Obviously, I feel like everybody has the same opinion though.
Yeah. I
Like,
didn't know if she had a favorite.
We all wanted Steven and Alara. Like, they were goals.
Why?
Because they had the most compatibility, and there's a theme in the show where there's like everyone has their own type, and and they defied their odds of being each other's type because they don't usually go for people like one another, and so they ended up working out, and they're both really stylish and cool. I just really like them, honestly.
Did I see Alara? Is that one of the ones from the first episode? Okay.
She didn't come in until later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think that name sounded
I
familiar,
like the fact that even though they were both very crazy, they balanced each other out very well, and they actually cared. Like, this man literally got up and made her breakfast.
Yes, and planned little dates.
Even though they didn't win, like, the challenges to go on a date, he's like, I don't care about that. You're my match. Regardless, I'm going to take you out on a date that I planned.
He made himself look real good on camera.
Wasn't that the same dude that was sucking toes in the first episode?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a toe sucker. And she likes... Doesn't she like feet?
Yeah.
It's a match made in hell.
Your feet phobia.
I don't fuck with feet. I don't fuck with feet. Keep your feet away from me.
Ugh.
Don't do it.
You don't like feet?
No. They are for walking, and that's it.
When I heard the first, because of course she was watching it before she made me watch the first episode, and I do say she made me because she made me.
I had to beg.
She told me, she was like, you at least need to watch it so you know at least who the people are, and I was like, okay, I'll give you that. But even before that, we were in the fucking office, and she was watching it on her phone, and all I heard was something about this dude sucking something off, doing a body shot, or what was it, off of her toes?
Yeah.
Or something.
It was the breaking the ice, the dice game.
The little dice shit. And he was like, yo, I'm gonna suck them toes. And I was like,
yeah, that was...
Yo, cut that out.
That was Xanthi. Didn't you do that with Xanthi? I liked Xanthi, too, because she was very modest. And she said from the start she liked a gentleman. And you could tell that she was just... She had standards, and she wasn't going to...
Sounded like she was on the wrong
bend.
show.
Well, she definitely was. She wasn't going to bend those standards for anyone. There was a challenge where the boy... Or, not the boys. I guess everyone was blindfolded, right? Everyone was blindfolded, and they... So everyone kissed everyone, like, all the girls kissed the guys, and every time the guys went to kiss Xanthi covered her mouth like this. It was so funny, but I respect her for that because it's like these shows really encourage just like swapping bodily fluids left and right.
Yep.
It's super weird.
Yeah. She actually said in an interview, she told producers before they even started filming, she said, I am not going to do these certain things, regardless of what's going on. But she's like, I want to make it known that, like, sometimes being the odd man out, odd woman out, sometimes gets in favor of people. So she's like, I'm going to be me, and that's it. I was like, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the point.
I know. Yeah. I love her for that. I just want to know, Netflix, do you test these people for STDs?
I feel like they have
They have to, but I wish they would, like,
advertise
talk about their practice a little more because it encourages people to just sleep around, which again, that's whatever. This is just the culture that we live in.
Kind of going, but a little on that same topic, but a little off track with a different show. The Squid Game, because we watched the Squid Game. I watched that because I like that show. That kind of where it's like a challenge, like a game, like that kind of reality
all different
TV
types
I can
of
watch,
people,
you know?
old, young,
but this like dating where it's just meant to sell sex. I'm over it, but. We were watching, you looked into a lot of behind the scenes stuff with the Squid Game, and what was it that Netflix, like, when they were all in the, in the bunks, whatever, they literally had, like, a basket full of condoms.
Yeah.
like for in case anybody wanted to feel
No,
like
it
getting
was
freaky.
It was in the bathrooms. They had a whole like
Oh yeah, it was a drawer. Yeah,
a tool drawer full of nothing but condoms. And they said they weren't even half that we know of. They weren't even using them as condoms. They were using them
as like water balloons
Yeah.
and shit.
Of course, the
I love it.
whatever. But
So yeah, like it's just kind of weird that Netflix is just. Are they worried we're gonna get under it? Like, are they trying to save the population? Like,
who knows?
yo, just start fucking.
I mean, that's like too hot to handle. That's literally the whole point is to not do
Don't get
anything.
us
But
started on that trash.
Well, we just started Love Island, courtesy of Billy and Katie, and they do the same thing. It's just like the perfect match. It's like they have these challenges where they kiss whoever they want, and I don't know. I just think it's very weird.
It's
Well,
it's a strange time.
I know on season
to be
1,
living.
who's the girl? I can't remember her name right now.
Perfect match.
On season 1, yeah.
Okay.
That because at the end of the night when you match with somebody and it's a like consent, like, hey, you want to match? Yes, cool, okay, we're matched. That's how it works. Shut up.
Get off me, winch.
And then you go to bed with whoever you are matched. Obviously, there's only one bed. So the first season, one of the girls, she was like, they told us we would not be sharing the same bed. We wouldn't be in the same room. And then, long and behold, guess what? We're in the same room.
Well,
So-
you gotta sell it.
Well,
Yeah.
the second season there was a bed and then like a day bed. So maybe they took that feedback from season 1.
Yeah.
Because when Jess and Izzy went to bed, I was like, Izzy's sleeping on that day bed.
Yeah.
Izzy ain't getting in bed with Jess.
Yo, what's wrong with Izzy? Like,
Bro,
Bless his
he was
sweetheart.
he honestly was a little weird.
But that's
I mean, he
Izzy.
seemed
Like,
again, I'm only speaking from one episode, but he seemed like an okay guy.
You kinda
He just
saw him
kinda
on the
seemed
spot
a
a
little
little bit.
like
Off.
awkward.
Yeah,
like
he
shy
seemed
and
a little,
awkward.
yeah.
But I mean, I would much prefer that than some motherfucker like Harry, like who's just.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna fuck anything with a pulse.
he came in and he had us fooled. He came in and was
Yeah,
like,
me
oh
fooled.
well, Jess is here. I'm for Jess, and then mess up with Melinda. So I'm just like,
well,
Bruh.
with Harry, I don't know if y'all have seen his podcast now. He's talking about his experience and stuff. So,
Of course, he's got a podcast.
hush.
Yeah, it's called Your Boyfriend.
Boyfriend material or
Boyfriend
something like that.
material,
Yeah. So, we
That just
found
makes me
out.
wanna-
Hush.
Yeah.
So, you actually do get paid to be on the show. So, because there is no prize, your prize is to go on this vacay with your perfect match. You actually get paid to be on this show, which makes me think
crazy.
even more. It's not really a game show. You're getting paid to do your job, like to be crazy.
It's
And they
insane.
literally told Harry that they're like, if you do not cause some type of drama, we're not gonna have a show. Which that was still dumb on his part because he was like, I was in my head the entire time because his words, I actually do really like Jess, but I have a job to do. What do I need to do? And I was like,
All
what?
reality TV is like that. You can tell it's manipulated.
Yeah.
show that you really care about this person. You can still do your job, but still
Right.
show
Yeah,
that you
punch a
care
dude
about
in
the
the face. That's drama.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
But I
I'd
mean,
rather watch that.
I mean,
They
how,
would
how do
call
you how do you
security
get to
that
that point though?
Just say, hey, bro, I gotta start some drama.
But what was the drama for?
So, like, okay, I gotta chime in on Harry a little bit. I know I said I wasn't gonna fucking hardly talk, and here I am. As soon as he came on the screen in the first episode and started giving his whole spiel about how he's trying to find love and he's over living this lifestyle and I immediately knew he was full of shit.
Well, yeah, let me stop you
Just
there because
so full of shit.
all these people on this show can clearly find someone else.
Yeah.
They can clearly. They're not bad looking people.
They're not hurting. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
and their perfect match is not also a Netflix reality TV star. Like,
Exactly.
what are the odds of that happening? I mean,
Yeah.
God willing, but I
Yeah.
highly doubt.
I
But
mean,
as soon as
they'll
he
find-
started talking about how, what was it?
He's been
He's
seeing a
cheated.
therapist for a year,
Well,
and
not only that, but like he was almost like He was bragging about the season 1 winner.
Yeah.
About
she cheated
she
him
cheated.
with
Like
him.
he was bragging about it.
And then they became best friends.
And then I'm just like, dude, you ain't changed. You ain't gonna change. You gonna keep being the same motherfucker. And looks like your boy called it. I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. I was really rooting for Harry and Jess. It just
you fooled.
hush. Because like watching his actions, which he might be an awesome actor now. Who knows? But seeing how he was acting with Jess and like how much he cared for her and was just like Jess. And even on the interviews, he's like, I just want to think about Jess and then go home and be with her. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, actions speak louder than words. Shut up. That's not the point. But then, of course, he had to go fuck everything up. Of course, just like Harry does anyways. But I thought
but
it
why
was...
why with Melinda though? Like she's not attractive.
Did I see Melinda?
No.
Okay.
Because she was the only one willing.
I'd have to see a picture of her.
Because like Harry had a job to do, so did she.
She came to fuck shit up.
Yeah, she was a pawn in their game.
She had to give him that hot
Well,
spit on that thing.
that's like what everybody was saying when the actual, like, Micah, when she went back and watched this season afterwards, and she actually saw what Melinda did, like, it was bad that Harry fell for it, but honestly, she knew what she was doing, because she's like, are there cameras around? Okay, no, there's no cameras around, let's go ahead and do it. Like, no! You are, like, literally like, hey, here, have this. Like, no!
She's a serpent.
Yeah.
Drink up, Chris. What's in there?
Oxygen.
Yeah.
Of course,
What
we had to
an
have the
actor.
I probably should have got some water.
I told you.
Oh, thirsty soul.
I'll
Dang.
get some later. So yeah, what else happened in the...
So we found out
Events.
that Alara likes to smell underwear.
But they never specified
Yeah.
on whose underwear. Her own underwear.
Does it matter?
Guys'
No.
underwear.
But
Hey, maybe you want to smell your underwear and see if it's clean so you can put on some new underwear.
Okay, I
No.
get that.
But if it's someone else's
who just
underwear.
who just out says, yeah, I smell underwear?
no.
Like,
I'm pretty
did
sure
you
she...
feel creepy when I said that?
I mean, the way you said it to me?
You really looked creepy when you
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
You look like you buy bath
Your
water.
mouth was like salivating.
Blah, blah, blah.
He did say he was thirsty.
I feel so bad for Tolu though, like the entire time, because you could tell she really wanted to be with somebody. And then Dom, which I found out that the first night that she matched with Dom went and he's like, I can't do this. Didn't really talk to her the entire time and went and slept on the couch.
Wait, why though?
Dom was
Like
season
the
one,
night
right?
of
He's not in, not to bring up race, but he's not into black women at all.
His words.
What-
He got up there and was like, I'm not talking to you, like, nothing against you, but I'm good.
So did
Wow.
she not find anybody the whole time?
She did, eventually.
Wait, so where did he say this at? Because that's pretty bold.
He was in one of his, I think it was the podcast with Harry.
Yeah, it's pretty bold.
Yeah.
And isn't he a black man himself?
Yeah, he is.
Dang, we got
mixed
one of them
black
self-hating
guys.
blacks.
Self-hating black people.
I was just like, oh, poor Tolu. No, she,
And he's the season 1 winner, right?
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah. And they brought him back
Yeah.
because,
And
I'm glad he didn't find anybody.
This
Talking
time,
like
yeah.
that,
He was
I'm
a
glad he didn't find anybody.
crybaby,
Yeah.
too.
that was
Ugh.
also my thing, okay? Because in episode 1, at the end of the episode, it was Harry and
Elise.
Elise. Yeah. They went to the
Elise
the
Nabida.
boardroom. Explain the boardroom, like what
Okay,
that is.
so
Elise
when
Nabida.
you get matched, okay, at the end of the night, you go to your bedroom with your match. The next day, or it's the next other day, whatever, you get to go take the compatibility test.
It's all right, sorry. Go.
So you do the game to test your compatibility, and then whoever wins from that gets to go to the boardroom the next day.
Well, they get a date and then they go to the boardroom.
Oh yeah, date in the boardroom. So they show, like, once you get to the boardroom, there's more couples. There's all the couples that are in the house that are matched currently, and then there are new couples. So each night it rotates. New people. Yeah,
new
sorry.
singles.
And each night it changes from girls pick, guys pick, girls pick, guys pick. So it's not always like the guy picking, oh, you want a match? Cool, okay. So they mix it up. But in the boardroom, the winners get to choose somebody new to come into the house. So rather, you can choose to send somebody else in the house on a date. You can choose yourself to go out on a date with them.
Which would be very bold.
Yeah, and people have done that. Or you can actually
that was
bring...
last season. Did anybody do that this season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Wasn't it Stefan? No, it wasn't him, no.
He
It was...
playing.
I think it was
Yeah.
Toulouse, actually.
Yeah. I think it was.
Yeah, because she went in with Dom. And he's like, I would give up this opportunity.
Totally did.
Like, you need to do this for you.
Yeah.
So,
And clearly, now we know why.
yeah.
Self-hating black folks.
Yeah, why they don't bring somebody back who already has done this?
So, and that's where I was getting. So, with the whole boardroom thing, I remember the first episode, it was Harry and Elise that were in there. Elise
Fuck.
Navidad.
Fuck Elise.
Yeah.
They were in there. And
Nabida.
Dom, I remember Dom being up there, and Harry was like, "Oh, that'd be so weird because his perfect match cheated on him with me. Oh, whatever." And I immediately paused it and I looked at her and I said, "Look, no point in reality would anybody who had a choice to bring them in, knowing like." That they were in that awkward situation with this other person, they would not bring them in of their own volition, like of their own will. And then, sure enough, guess who get brought in?
They're best friends, apparently.
Yeah.
But I like in my mind, I'm like, this is just reality TV bullshit. They're
Yeah.
only picking that because that's what's going to jack up the ratings.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what's going to get people to watch.
That's what's going to stir the pot. It keeps it juicy.
Because as
and I
soon
was
as
just
Dom
like,
walked in, everybody
what's
was
the point?
like, Dom? So, yeah.
That's my problem with this whole dating reality TV series.
My
bullshit,
thing, which we found out that there were 2 people on the show this season that actually had a girlfriend and boyfriend back home while
Chris,
filming
can you
this.
guess who those people were?
Well, he knows
Well,
one.
yeah,
I
she's
did
already
not know
told.
that.
She's already gave me the scoop.
Oh.
I knew without wanting to know.
Do you remember which one?
Brighton
Uh-huh.
is the only one that I care about because
Yeah, he has had a girlfriend the entire time, and she was like, I know he's my perfect match, so that's fine.
the only
like,
reason I
all right.
actually care about that one is because apparently his girlfriend on the outside is NXT superstar
Jasmine Nix.
Jasmine Nix. Yeah, I don't watch NXT, but it's just cool that she's a current WWE superstar.
Yeah.
Wait, did Bryden ever kiss anyone? I don't think he
Yeah.
did.
He did the kissing game, yeah.
Of course.
Oh, he did.
Why wouldn't he? He basically got a free.
Yeah,
fucking
the only
pass
one
to
who
go.
didn't
Yeah.
kiss was Xanthi.
Nah,
Yeah.
babe,
Yeah,
this is
that's
for a
right,
game.
yeah.
I'm just trying to win some money.
Who was the
Yeah.
other person?
I
Elise.
mean, he was getting paid, but
Elise
how
had
much?
a partner?
Yep.
How much
Elise
were
had
they
a
getting
partner.
paid?
So is that why they
Ah.
partnered up?
You know, it kind of makes sense, but to be like, oh, hey.
See, I kind of, because again, we saw Brighton in Squid Game. Did
Yeah.
you watch Squid Game? I know
Yeah.
you
We
watched
all
it.
watched Squid
And I
Game, yeah.
hated him in Squid Game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as much of like a competitor as he was, like he had to be number
Yeah.
one on top.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of was not shocked at all that he, was just doing this as a game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because that was one of
as
the
a
first things he said.
Yeah.
I'm here to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't care about.
That does not surprise me at all.
Which I don't
Which-
understand about a dating game. You came here to win.
Yeah.
When
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least, like, not saying I like Too Hot to Handle, but at least there's money involved.
He was
Yeah.
hoping he got a championship belt or
Was
something.
it shut up?
I'm the reigning perfect match
But this,
champion.
You win a vacay, you're already on a vacay, pretty much. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't care
Yeah, did
about
you see
winning
all
that.
those dates they were on?
I wouldn't talk to nobody. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm here enjoying my vacation.
I'd be
Bruh,
slapping
you
that pool.
You'd have been gone then.
No.
You gotta have a match.
Hey, I'd have had fun for at least a couple nights.
now, let's talk about how they pick winners. I think this rule needs to be changed. So they pick winners, whoever gets to the end of the match ceremony, whatever.
Explain how you get eliminated first, because there's an elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, each night, girls pick, guys pick. So, of course, there's always 2 people who come into the house. Girls, guys, girl and guy, doesn't matter. Well, at the end of it, whoever's left who isn't matched, which there's going to be 2 people who aren't matched, they have to leave the house. they don't have to leave the area, but they cannot be in the house. So they actually have to go stay in a hotel the entire time throughout filming, so nobody sees them. And if they come back, because people do come back in and out of the house several times. So
anyways, now how you win?
Yeah, so you win. You have to get to the last matching ceremony, and it's majority votes. Every single person in and out of the house have to vote on who their favorite couple is, and then whoever they vote, ta-da! Yeah, I think there needs to be more of a requirement.
I think this is stupid. That one, you can't vote for yourself as a couple. Which,
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Two, it's like, does the couple get one vote, or do they get 2 votes per person? You know? Like, because everyone... So the voting is all the couples, plus the people who are no longer coupled up.
Yeah.
So they each have their own vote.
Mm-hmm.
But then the couples, people who are actually in the couple, they only get 1 vote per 2 people? Like, that does not seem fair.
They never showed the 2 couples voting, did they?
No, yeah, I think
was
it's
always one person.
It's
that they
for
showed.
like 1 and 1. Like you guys in a couple, you both have to vote individually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that, because that really pissed me off about the couple that freaking won.
Yeah. See, and
Who
I
didn't
found
deserve
out
to win, by the
I
way.
found out more about that, which makes me even madder or more mad, whatever words.
Jackie don't vocab very well.
I don't, especially when I'm angry.
Neither do you, apparently. Don't vocab very well.
English hard.
Yeah, words
Why
hard.
say many word when few word? Whatever Kevin from The Office said.
Chris
So-
don't speak well either.
Apparently, how they got to win was there was a little pact that the people made on the outside. If
Huh?
they got the people who were rather rejected from the house or didn't even get to go on the show, they made a pact. They made a pact saying if somebody from that group got to be in the finale, they are to vote for them to win.
See,
That
that's
is
crazy to
bullshit.
me. That's so dumb.
Yeah, and then I saw some, I think Micah posted it. Nigel and Christine won by 1 vote.
Mm-hmm.
And the second most voted couple was freaking Micah and Kaz.
Yeah, absolutely not. Like,
So what did everybody have against Devin and Laura? Because like everybody with eyes can see they would have won or
Right.
should have won.
I think they just didn't like them like as people.
I didn't like.
individually.
I think they didn't like the
How?
fact that
Were
they
they-
actually got on so well.
Yeah.
Like maybe they were like jealous or
Were they a part of the pact?
no, because
Thing?
Steven
maybe
was
that's why.
Steven was in the house since day 1, and
Yeah.
Alara came in shortly after.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
He was an OG.
They were like, hey, they not a part of the group.
Yeah, and also they didn't really just have any beef with them. They were just kind of like Steven and Alara were just there.
I think it was too easy, especially for like the gaming purposes, to be like, okay, they're obviously gonna win, but that's still pretty bullcrap that you have to rig the game, even though there's no prize.
That's why, like, especially hearing how both of you and you now too, like how disappointed y'all were in the ending. I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Well, it
Yeah,
was
it
just
was-
like
it was a massive letdown.
I was
Like, I
thinking
would've
at
wasted
the end
my
of it,
time.
I was like,
I'd have been
Seven and
so
Laura,
mad.
7 and Laura, 7 and Laura, and then I was like, well, maybe Chris and Tolu will get it.
right.
It was not even on
No,
my
me.
radar
No.
for Nigel and
No,
Christine.
They said that, and I said, "What?"
Nick Lachey should have never let that fucking happen.
No, he should have stepped in. Something I don't know, but
I want.
Man, when Alora stepped in, I thought she was going to be a wild card. I thought she was going to be bouncing between
Absolutely.
relationships. And then all of a sudden,
Oh,
Steven comes in and
she even
Why's
said that
that
when she
down?
came in.
Like-
She's like, "I am here.
What?
Let's get it on." And then, whoop,
He
Steven.
gave her that hot pua.
Yeah.
And spit on that thing.
probably her toes.
Uh,
Ew.
But I mean, he made her breakfast. I mean, he was the whole
was very
package for her.
Lock
he
that
was the
shit
one who was
down.
actually doing coupley stuff.
And then after the show,
Nothing.
nothing.
Do we know? Because I know you're Miss Behind the Scenes Queen over here. How long ago was this filmed?
A year ago.
So it was last year.
This was
Yes.
filmed probably last summer because I watched an interview or a video, a TikTok, whatever, that said it came out before Brighton show came out, or they were filming it before Brighton show came out, because like
Brighton show is Squid Games.
Britain didn't know who Brighton was because his show hadn't came out.
Hold up.
Yeah.
And their show came out in November.
There's a Brighton and a Britain?
Yeah.
Yeah, a girl, Britain.
I told you because you were like,
She's
is she from
Hawaii.
London?
I thought you were trying to say Brighton.
No.
Like, I thought you just fucked up saying
Her
Brighton's
name is Britain.
I hate that.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yes, her name is Britain.
And that's how Brighton's girlfriend, now, Jasmine Nix,
Brighton or Britain? Brighton or
that's how they became
I
a
really
thing
wanna
because
know
she
how
watched
that
Squid
happened.
Game, and then she was like, oh, hey, and then whoop.
So women do like toxic men.
Them do. Apparently Dominique does. Oh,
Stupid women.
Dominique.
Whoa, yeah, well, we don't. I'm not. I don't agree with what he said.
That woman.
Women are cool.
I'm sorry, but if you like toxic men, if the shoe fits.
Cinderella?
Dominique was I think, by far the worst one besides Melinda. Because Dominique, just the entire time you saw her, she was one of the
I
first
couldn't
ones.
stand
She
her.
was super annoying.
What was it you said about her breath?
Oh, I think she was the one that Steven said breath stank.
Me and you both were like,
Yeah.
yeah, she looked like she.
She looked like, yeah.
Because the compatibility
got
game
stank breath.
was everybody was blindfolded and everybody had to kiss everybody and rate on like what kiss it was, like 1 to 10. And then at the end they're like, okay, here's your perfect match. What did you rate them? They pull up their score, and then what did they rate you? To sit there and see if y'all got the same score. Well, Steven was like, everybody was kind of like meh toward the kiss, but he's like, but one of their breaths did not smell good at
Had
all.
That booty
And-
breath.
Of course, he wouldn't say anything, but we were like,
Because he didn't know who it was.
yeah.
Didn't the camera like pan a Dominique though?
No
I
way.
can't.
they
I can't
snitched.
remember. If
I
it
would
did.
have to watch that again.
Yeah,
They
I
just
would need to go
zoomed,
back.
Like ultra zoom.
Can we talk about how Trevor was on the show for
Got
like
no
2
action.
seconds from Love Is Blind? He kind of walked in and he was just like, hey, so, yeah, I'm here.
I got a
Okay.
girlfriend back home.
I like how it
Just
said
walk away.
that he was single.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Or a single one convenient.
Oh, that's what it was. When convenient.
How long was he on the show?
Yeah.
Not
he was-
long.
He was
Not
on
even a
the,
side character. He was like
Damn.
background.
yeah, he was at the mixer where everybody came back, and it was just kind of like, oh, there he is. Well, okay. Like, yeah,
And he was at the voting, but
that's it.
Yeah, they were like, yeah,
They
we
knew
we
better.
remember what you did on Love Is Blind. You ain't doing that here.
but
Yeah.
the thing is that when this
But
show
other
was
people
filmed,
were doing it. Other people were doing the same thing.
when this
Brighton
show was
and...
filmed, we didn't know everything about Trevor yet.
Yeah. That was still...
yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Oh yeah.
Because that was right at at Love Is Blind reunion, they're like, well, we're gonna be on Perfect Match, so hey, yeah, it was just like
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about him saying that because we all watched the reunion together for Love Is Blind, and I
Yeah.
forgot about him saying he was going to be on the Perfect Match.
and we were all like, what?
When did Love Is Blind come out?
It came out this year because we watched it together.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that was the last.
But the
ladies' night
Perfect
we
Match
did.
came out last year.
No, that's when they recorded it.
Yeah, that's
All
when they
these
filmed
shows are
It was
filmed
back-
like a
Oh,
year
okay,
or so in
okay.
advance.
yeah,
I
because they got to
confused
sit
on
there
that.
and, which I would hate to be on the show and then have to wait a year to sit there and see how they're gonna spin your story.
Yeah, like what kind of screen time?
Yeah.
Which makes no sense. I
What's
hate
the
how they
narrative?
Yeah.
take everything out and they pick what they want to be put in there. Like
I know this time Micah got a really good story besides Kaz, because Kaz's a fucking idiot.
What's everybody's deal with Kaz? Why does everybody hate him?
He is an
Because
absolute.
he was inconsistent and would hop from girl to girl. Anytime a new girl came in the house, he'd be like, maybe they're better than
Ooh, piece of
Micah."
candy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, ooh, a piece of candy. Very accurate.
Because he was trying to be all deep and everything with Micah and like, hey,
Dang,
like
girl, I
you're
love
the
you.
only one for me, blah blah blah. And then new girl comes in and he just kind of he's like, and like it was
But I-
ridiculous.
I mean,
I don't
they-
think he could reach Micah emotionally.
No.
I don't think he was ever.
no.
Well,
able
and
to.
he was letting people get into his head about Micah too, because they kept saying like, "Are you sure Micah's the one for you? She's very quiet. You're very not."
Yeah,
So-
Seven called
See,
Micah a
even-
fun sponge.
Yeah.
Oof.
So she just soaks up all the fun.
Oh, dude, that's fucking terrible.
No.
I would hate to be called that.
A fun sponge.
I mean, like, again, just from the one episode I watched, I feel like, yeah, that wouldn't have been a good match because they seemed very different.
I mean, it didn't help
personalities,
that all
like-
these women also wanted Kaz as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean,
But it was truly up to him to make the decision, the right decision, to not pursue these women. Because I mean, when they were
fuck
out,
boys gonna do what
when it
fuck
was
boys gonna do.
boys with
The
the boys,
Cenote.
and the Cenote,
Syndicate.
Christine was trying to get.
Call me?
Shut up. Christine was trying to get Kaz to kiss her, and he wouldn't. So I mean, he had some.
But my thing with that
This
is,
Microscopic.
yeah, my thing was the fact that he was more upset, not about like, oh, you know, I shouldn't be doing this because I love Michael, blah blah blah. He was like, she's gonna be mad at me if she finds out. That should
That's
not
not
be the
reason
reason
to
for you
not
not to
do
do it.
something.
Because it was to the point to where she was like, hey, you gonna kiss me? Like, get out of my face, back up, whoa.
He was a hypocrite because when he found out that Micah was like flirting
Real good.
at Girls' Day, or like she went and spoke with Nigel or whoever the heck she
Brighton.
talked
From the
to.
Thornberrys.
Brighton, yeah. He was like, oh, she went and talked to another guy? Okay, bet I'm about to go make out with Holly.
And instead of going and talking to her, he just went right over there to the game and started kissing people. I'm like,
That's crazy.
What?
Okay, you
Well-
can't convince me these people aren't sociopaths.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
who thinks that's
no,
normal
I
behavior?
think they all know how to play the cameras,
Mm-hmm.
and they want their 5 seconds. Like,
More
period.
money.
They know that they can make this into a living,
Yep.
so they do what they have to do.
They're all
And-
actors and
and their
actresses.
morale, I mean, they trade in their morale for this life, and
Yep.
it's so sad.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
Because even some of the people like that are you would think should get hate. There's people that are like, oh, I don't care, you were still blah blah blah, like on their side. I was like, no, absolutely not.
I mean, these people, they fell in love way too fast for me because you're going on dates with new people. Like when Cass and Christine
Constantly.
were on a date, they were on the date with like weren't they rubbing paint on each other or whatever? Yeah, what?
Yeah, the clay. Netflix was dirty for that day.
Yeah,
definitely set
they
them
knew what
up.
they were doing.
Yeah.
Now,
Sex
if
sells, baby.
they would have came to him and been like, hey, here's 4 options, pick one, that'd have been a little different. But they knew. Because some of them were very tame. They're
Yeah, I
like,
was about to say.
we're going to go listen to the sound of drums.
Dancing, cooking, what?
And then
Those
we're
are
going to go
tame.
rub clay on everybody.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah,
No.
that was targeted.
they knew. My thing, did you find it was funny that whenever Kaz went and kissed Holly, that Christine was like, well, that's fucked up. Bitch, you were just trying to do the same thing.
Well, she wanted it to happen to her, not to
Yeah.
her.
Still, like, and then she went and, like, was talking to Micah about it. I was just like, what? Okay.
a lot of betrayal.
Yeah, a lot.
Betrayal.
Deception.
You didn't even know what that was from. I had to show him that because
That
I
was
was
from
like,
Lion King?
deception. He's like, what? I was like, Lion King 2?
I never really watched the second one.
So I had to show him what that was from.
At least if I did, I don't remember much.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, Chris. I wouldn't have got that either.
Some of us had childhoods and some of us didn't.
Excuse me,
Some
sir.
of
I
us
watched
forgot
the
their
original
childhoods.
Lion King VHS until it wouldn't play.
I
anymore.
watched all 3.
I just didn't give a 2 shits about the sequel, apparently.
I watched all 3. Thank you.
I said, hey, I've got my conclusion. I'm done.
No.
Oh,
Anyway,
so you just didn't want to know what happened to,
I had my
Simba and-
conclusion.
I will say Lion King 1.5 was horrible. But
Simba and what's the girl's name?
Knowledge.
Nala?
Nala.
There we go. Yeah.
and
Because I can't say that without thinking of the knowledge guy.
what?
Chris broken.
The guy that's got a bookcase in his car, in his garage, next to his Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah,
Those
that guy,
YouTube
yeah.
ads with the dude with the glasses.
Yeah.
Because the most important tool you can have is knowledge. And that's like how you would say it.
Yeah. Okay.
You trying to learn how to get rich?
Yeah. Knowledge. Anyways. What else you got in your little notes? She's got like 2 pages of notes, by the way.
Listen.
Wonderful.
I respect the hustle, Jackie.
So how Kaz and Micah came to be, because they did not pair up first like that.
Oh, yeah, the wife swap.
Yeah, the wife swap. So
That's a different show.
Xanthi came up to Steven and she's like, I always go for bad boys. You're my type.
I hate
She's
when
like,
they
if
use
we're
that-
gonna
that
try to
word.
do this
That was
perfect
like a
match,
common thing.
yeah, because everybody goes off looks apparently.
I saw that. That was in the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That
That
she's
sounds
like,
familiar.
I normally go for bad
Just paying
boys,
attention.
but if I'm gonna find my perfect match, maybe I need to step away from that. So she didn't pick Steven, and she went and picked Kaz, or Kaz picked it. They picked each other, whatever. And then
Okay, real quick, just a
What?
quick yes or no. Was Steven really the bad boy type? Or did he just have that look about him?
See, the way he treated Alara, he wasn't giving bad boy.
No.
He does physically look like a bad boy, and now that the show's over, maybe he is a bad boy.
they didn't show his actions enough on
But-
camera.
Because
for
I know
it
that
to
was like
be-
the whole reason Xanthi didn't
Yeah.
go for him, was because he had that like bad boy look.
But
I
she-
mean, if
she
it's
goes
you
like-
have
for
to
that.
Remember, these people are on they're in like a Netflix universe.
Yeah, so
so
they know everything.
So like he slept with like
Yeah,
multiple
I
people.
forget, yeah,
She's
yeah.
heard about him.
And he's
like,
from Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
Yeah, he had a
the
different
worst
hairstyle.
show to be from. Yeah, just
His hairstyle was
terrible.
terrible.
He looked
This one
so
was
much
better.
Yeah.
When he got his haircut.
It was funny to me that he said that he often gets mistaken for Machine Gun Kelly.
I can see that.
Because I was like, yeah, I see that.
It's Water Gun Kelly.
Yeah,
Water
gun.
gun.
Okay, anyways, back to your
But,
original point. Though.
So Xanthi was just like, no, we're gonna try something different. Goes to Kaz. Well, then he's like, all right, fine. Well, blonde, Micah. So he paired up, and they were both like, look, we ain't about this. So the girls talked and was like, hey, like, I really like Kaz. I really like Steven. Can we just swap? And the guys were on their own talking about swapping anyways, and they're like, hey, we're on the same page. Let's just swap. And everybody was like, all right. That's what happened. They all swapped the next time. So it's
Weird.
the wife swap.
Y'all keep rolling. I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
I'm going to eat some water.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Hey,
You
hey,
want some more? Is there more
please.
you think?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I'm not eating chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggies. So
On
what?
a salad.
On a salad?
Yeah.
Yes,
Chicken
that's
nuggets
our
on
go-to dinner lately.
And it's delicious.
Air fried nuggets on a buffalo
Nuggies.
ranch salad.
The
Yep.
question is, are they dino nuggies?
No.
What do we look like? We're 5?
Yes.
Okay, she doesn't look 5 though.
But it's dino nuggies.
Yeah, but they definitely taste different than
They
the
taste
nuggets
like-
that we have.
They're comparable to Chick-fil-A nuggets.
No. Well.
They're called just.
Oh, they're your
Allegedly.
Costco nuggets.
Yeah, they are.
That's where she got them from, yes.
They are
Okay,
my
yeah.
Costco nuggets.
Because they were sitting there talking about Costco nuggets. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
$18 a fucking bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also get
expensive.
like 2 pounds of it. So.
4.
It is
4
pounds.
now.
Yeah. And they don't
Big ol'
last.
bag.
They don't last that long. We
Well,
go
yeah,
through
because
them.
you eat them every day. Hmm.
Hey, listen. Nuggets are good, you know what I'm saying?
The nuggies are life. Thanks.
Oh, after we're talking about chicken nuggets?
Yeah.
Welcome
they're
back,
having chicken
Garcon. Garcon? Yeah.
Garcon.
Garcon. I said Carzon.
But I guess we can talk about the winners. So the winners are Nigel and Christine, which were only in the house for a day.
From
Didn't
the
she like?
Thornberries?
Didn't she cheat on him or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
On
and-
the show?
No, this is
After.
like after. Yeah, they didn't last
They-
long after.
They went on their
What?
vacay, and
What
she
a
was like,
perfect
ah.
match.
None of the couples made it outside
Yeah,
of the
none.
TV.
I felt so bad because Harry and Jess got back together, and they were doing good. And then
Week later?
literally a week later.
Nah.
Jess deserves so much better than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just like, man. I will say, like, kudos to Jess because there's a lot of people who are rooting for her, but also, like, hating on everybody else who did her dirty, regardless of who it was in the house.
Oh yeah, she had a backing.
Yeah. But she came to Instagram and she's like, look, I get it. Thank you for that. But I don't want you giving anybody hate in my own accord. I was like, oh.
She
Like,
stands
that.
on business.
Yeah.
Like that. We're about that.
She's such a sweetie.
I love Jess. I need Jess to find somebody that's good for her.
Oh.
Jess and Alora. They both seem like decent people after a while.
I thought you were saying
Of-
they
of
should be
Allure.
together. I was like,
No.
no.
Mm.
No,
The only,
didn't say that.
The ones that I saw was Tolu. I hope
Yes.
she's happy. I
Tolu
hope
does
she's-
deserve happiness.
And that was the thing I was going to bring up too, because like from the original ones that I saw at the very beginning, I think it's interesting that she seemed like the most real out of everybody at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Also, look at her reality show that she came from. It's like the only one that wasn't outside of Squid Game. Squid Game wasn't but we all knew Brighton was a piece of shit anyways.
Yeah.
From Squid Game. Other than that, that was the only reality show that wasn't some form of like a dating or
And
like
the circle.
finding
the
love.
circle
or-
isn't like that.
Yeah.
It is a
But-
social.
It's a social
Yeah.
thing.
It's more like flirty.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
was kind of boring though. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
I
is
like the
Tolu's
Yeah, it was kinda
reality
boring.
TV? I had never heard of the show until
I hadn't
I,
either.
I had
I
to watch
kinda-
a
I'm
trailer
not gonna lie,
to see
like,
what it was.
That one I might actually watch. I'm not saying I will. Don't take that to heart.
Hey, no, you said might actually
you
watch
already
though.
know how the
Like-
outcome goes, though.
Yeah.
You know she's gonna win.
But it would still be
Don't
cool to like see like
me.
how it works.
Yeah.
And what was the other one too? Oh, the it's the one that sounds wrong. Dating related. There you go.
Yeah, there's
that's
dated
so
and related.
weird.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that show.
I had to figure out like I was like
What, are they fucking their cousin?
Yeah.
No,
I had to watch the
terrible
trailer
idea.
to figure out what was going on. And thankfully it wasn't like that, but it's still
It's
Like
still
a pair
not
of like
great.
brother, like siblings go on the show to
Yeah.
date other siblings.
Yeah, no, whoever came up with that and the marketing, they need to throw that guy out the window.
Yeah.
Alara dated Kaz's brother.
Yep.
Or whatever.
So weird.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's so weird.
It's super
So
gross.
even like coming into this house
And
now,
then
you're
Alara
just
brought
like
her brother on that show, and so her brother is watching his little sister like
yeah.
get like tossed around through these different
Backy
guys.
shots.
And we
hate
watched him take back shots. So we watched it because we heard it was called Dated Related. We never heard of it, so she looked at the trailer for it, and they explained it. And of course, they're showing like these, clips of the season or whatever, and they literally show like these. Oh, that's my little sister you're kissing. You knew what this fucking show was. Why did you agree to do it if you were gonna get pissy about it?
Money.
Yeah. See,
Stay your ass at home.
that's why I want to know how much.
You just look like a fucking idiot.
That's why I want to know how much everybody got on the show for Perfect Match because I didn't know that they were paid until now. So I'm like,
Yeah, how else are you gonna get your bills paid
Well,
back home?
normally, like I said, there's an actual prize, so that's why they don't pay. Like they'll have it like a voucher that they can spend on like each meal or stuff like that. But I know this, like whenever you're out of the house, you have to go stay in a hotel all day by yourself. They said that there's only like the Spanish TV channel for you to watch movies on.
Hola.
You can only go out of your room for 2 hours with a chaperone
Leche.
to go get dinner.
Want to pool? What the hell?
They said you can get gym time,
No, fuck
But-
you. You ain't giving me prison.
but anywhere you go, you have to have a
Bring out
chaperone.
that bitch.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they were probably on a contract, so they had to do what.
And
they told to
you
do.
only got your phone for 30 minutes a day, and that's pretty much to call family and make sure everything's okay, check in. That's it.
Hi, mom. Bye. I gotta call everybody else.
Look, you got 2 allotted minutes. Make it quick.
I mean, that's better than Love Is Blind. They didn't get their phones at all.
Well, yeah, they had to stay in those pods.
Exactly.
I hate.
And they can't start Googling or
Yeah.
Facebooking.
I hate that now I'm into reality TV.
I-
This
It's-
wasn't me back in the day.
I refuse. I can't. I actually cannot.
The
I
only
love that you
one.
are.
Like I
It's so
said,
fun.
unless it's like the Squid Game or something where it's like an actual like challenge or like a game. The lovey, trying to find your perfect match.
Yo, bring
Get it
some
out.
reality TV that is revolved around video games. Then you would watch.
I would give it a shot. As long as it's not this whole, oh, I'm just tired of fucking everything that moves and I want to find my perfect match and find love. No, get
So I'm
out.
gonna go to TV where
Yeah. Where everything's real.
I mean, technically, they're not gonna find their perfect match on the show, but they get a giant following. So then, technically they can find their perfect match
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
someone's gonna want them.
See, I think that's why you liked Are You the One? Because yes, that was a dating thing, but there was more of a challenge behind it.
Was this another Netflix show?
Yes.
Yeah.
God, Netflix just has
So-
a bunch of these.
Are You the One is you sit
Did they
there.
still make it? Is that
I
still out?
think
it's,
so. I can't
Because
remember.
we
I would
only
have to
watched
go.
the one season.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch any more of it after the one season, but the one season I did watch, I didn't want to claw my eyes out the whole time.
What
It's
is she
an
bribing you
older
with?
one.
How did she get you to watch these
But-
shows?
You know,
I turn it on.
it
Now, most of the
Y'all
time I
watch
turn it
the-
on,
Dang
he's
it.
like,
Have you watched the
Hot
ultimatum?
to it, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I watched one season of that, and I was just like,
What the-
I wasn't into the ultimatum.
No, Are You the One, though? I think they had like 20 people in there. I can't remember. And the whole point, because you do win money. That's the whole point. But you have to, like, they bring in, like, what is it?
They were okay. So it was a group of people, and they had like these professional matchmakers, is what they say, and someone in this house has been like scientifically picked to be,
be
your
your match.
perfect match.
I think that sounds familiar.
And like you have to, get to meet everybody and like whatever to try to find who your perfect match is. And like at the end of every episode, everybody kind of similar to perfect match, you match up or whatever with who you think it is, and then you lock it in. And then they don't tell you which couples are correct, but they basically tell you how many correct
There has
pairings
to
there
be
is.
like
Right.
10 beams or
Yeah.
12 or something like that. And they're like, oh, there's 2 beams. So two
So
couples.
two couples are correct. You just don't know
Know
which
who.
ones are.
And
So
at least with Perfect Match, how you both have to be like, okay, yes, we're a match. Here,
You don't have to.
It's one after another. So if someone takes, like, if you walked up and, like, I took him, you'd be like, well, shit, what do I do now?
That sounds
so
like,
everything's
essay.
fucked over because now you're messing with beams that you have to get.
yeah,
It's
because there was
freaking crazy.
there was like it was that one couple. I can't remember the name. I can see their faces clear
Yeah.
as day. But like these two people swore up and down they were head over heels in love with each other. Swore up and down they were each other's match. Come to find out they weren't. Because there's a thing you can do where like you go.
They do games.
Like if you win
know.
a challenge, you can go into the booth and test your compatibility, and it'll tell you if the person you brought in there with you is your match or not.
Well, no, it's
And they
at
went in
the
there.
it's at the end that everybody
truth
has to
booth. That's
has
what it
to
was.
vote
'Cause I thought
who
that
to
was so
send
stupid.
into the truth booth. So you
Yeah.
don't get to pick; you get to vote who
Yeah.
gets to pick.
Well, they sent them in, and come to find out it wasn't. So even though they're like head over heels, madly in love with each
now
other,
they're in their head.
yeah.
About if
Well, they were still wanting to be together, but
They
they were like,
were-
"Well, we just got to find our perfect match.
Is
We're
that
still
what-
going to be."
Is that what the goal was? Like you have to find your match.
Yeah,
Everybody has to be
it
matched
fucks-
up.
it's not like
One
it's
person
either
gets
everybody wins
or everybody loses.
nobody wins.
it, kind of like Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah. So like it's like a shared pool of money or whatever, and at the end, if everybody's not
went in-
perfectly matched up, everybody
Yeah.
doesn't.
They
nobody
went
gets
in,
anything.
found out they weren't the perfect
Mhm.
compatibility, so they're like, all right, we gotta venture off and find
Yeah.
who it is.
But they were
They-
still like going to bed with each other like every night. They weren't really. They were only kind of like half-ass trying.
Well,
Like,
at,
it
at
was-
first they were
Somebody
just
missed
like
Great.
Sorry.
I don't care if they're not my perfect match. I'm
Chris.
still gonna be with them. And everybody's like, you're fucking us out of like $300,000. No,
Yeah.
you need to go find somebody else. I
$300,000.
can't remember what
Like
it
I
was,
said,
but
I don't want to watch any more.
big
of
lump
it.
sum.
Because I watched one season of it and I felt like that was enough. But the one season I watched didn't make me want to claw my eyes out.
Because
It
there
wasn't-
there was more of a strategic game to
yeah,
it.
it had a little more of like a game aspect to it, but you know.
All right. Well, back to a
You're welcome.
perfect match.
Yeah.
How many couples do you think diddled?
What do you mean?
Like slept
Fuck.
together.
Can you use a different verb? We don't diddle kids.
Because we know
don't
everybody
diddle
kissed
kids.
except for Xanthi, so.
I feel like Seven and Laura definitely.
They definitely
did.
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, there's
I
nothing
mean,
saying they couldn't, right?
No.
Yeah, no. You just know they put the do
I
not
don't
disturb
to
like,
I
think
guarantee
that
it was a
you-
sock on the door or something.
Yeah.
I
The only
guarantee
reason
at
why
least
I
80%.
say I know that they did was because they were vocal about it.
Yeah.
I don't like to think that Harry or Jess did. I don't like to think that Chris and Tolu did.
They did.
Maybe Micah and
think Harry
Kaz.
didn't?
Oh, Mike and Cass definitely did.
Harry, I don't think Harry did because Jess is like, I don't.
Maybe
she
not with
doesn't
Jess.
She doesn't give me that vibe.
Well,
I would
she could
hope
be,
she
you
wouldn't,
know-
but she, like, I don't know. On certain scenes, you can see that they were very close.
Freak
I
in
mean,
the sheets.
She could have like.
Freak in the sheets.
Did other
She
things.
could. I mean, they could have full on had sex, and she's just not the type to be like,
Exactly.
"Yo, he hit that shit." You know?
You don't have to brag about it.
You know, I mean,
We know
But still,
Elise and
she's
Justin
like
didn't.
She has like, I don't know.
She was more worried about, like, how is my daughter going to feel watching this?
Yeah, which I respect. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got me.
Now, I know
at
with...
least she didn't get it though.
So, this is the problem you had. You heard the challenge to where they did the trivia. And the guys were asked how many have, like, what is their body count? How many have they slept with? And the numbers were freaking outrageous. Especially, almost all these people, except for Izzy, are like 22, 23-year-olds. Okay? Saying that they've had sex with over 100 people? Are you fucking kidding me?
Insane.
Probably
No.
more than that after that show.
Yeah. Like,
Just add it to the list.
what?
Yeah, and Steven had sex with a Grammy or a multi-million
Yeah.
dollar.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Who was it, though? Did they ever say who it was?
Don't
Reddit
think
told
so?
me Demi Lovato. I don't know
All
how
right,
true
let's
that
let's
is.
not listen to Reddit.
Yeah.
But they look like they would hook up with each other. They look like each other's type.
Listen, I
I'm
don't know.
gonna keep my
I know.
comments to myself.
But I know you didn't like that because, of course, they only asked the guys that. They never asked the girls their number. And that's why Chris and Tolu got into it.
I was about to say, huh?
I was like, wait, what?
Um,
You gotta say
She
that.
literally put
Yeah.
a video out how to say her name.
Tolu. They got into it because she's like, yeah, I feel some type of way about your number because I can count on one hand how many I've been with, and that's not even all my fingers.
Respectful.
So she's been with less than 5. And he's like, oh, 100 plus. What? So
The guy's name was
Well,
Axel.
Chris wasn't 100 plus. It was
Not
like
me.
50.
No, it's you.
50 to
Yeah.
70 or whatever.
Chris
it
the
was.
stripper
I
named
don't even
Axel.
know that many people.
But yeah, he was a stripper.
Yeah.
He has he had a past life.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
Axel.
did the whole Magic Mike thing. That his
Yeah, he did.
his nickname was Axel, or his stripper name, whatever.
Oh, the
Yeah,
headsets
they
turned
turned it
off.
off.
They heard it. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
But yeah, I was just like, oh, that's the one that you were just like, absolutely not.
I just
Like,
hate it because it's giving people a platform who I feel like do not deserve a platform.
Absolutely not.
Because
Melinda.
it's just gonna keep
Yeah.
perpetuating the same bullshit.
Yeah, the same culture of hooking up.
It's gonna
and-
sell.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
That's the
and
point.
it's unfortunate. It really is.
You got people like Jackie who's watching it.
We were watching it too.
We're not gonna put our names in there.
Already did, fucker.
But yeah, like Melinda.
What show was she? Oh, she was on Dated and Related.
Yeah.
She was the host.
And I forget too, and that's why, like, whenever was it Chris that went on a date with her, and I was like, oh no, oh no, no. For her, even Elise, surprisingly, was like, that was not okay for Melinda to come in front of everybody and be like, this is what Harry did, and without pulling Jess apart from everybody.
Yeah.
I was just like, you.
Elise
So
is the
what
same.
did Harry do? I know y'all have said it, but I'm
Harry
I
is
haven't really
trifling.
followed.
So when they were at the
Cenote.
cenote,
There you go, calling me that shit again. What does that mean?
All right, I hate him. Okay, when the guys were at the cenote,
The Cinco de Mayo, yeah,
Shush.
got it.
yeah, okay. Apparently, she needed to use the bathroom, right? And what
Melinda.
she didn't have her
Okay.
shoes on with her or on
She
or something
she
like
had
that?
heels on, and the road was like cobblestone or
Right.
brick or whatever.
So he picked her up to take her to the bathroom. That was a red flag in itself because why
Yeah,
are you gonna
picked her
pick up
up
another
'cause
woman?
bare naked, damn near, with her bathing suit on. And
Yeah,
he's
if
got
you wearing
And-
heels on cobblestone, that's a you.
It wasn't like picking her up like this.
She had like her legs.
She
wrapped around
like
him.
monkey wrapped
Oh,
like
hell
that.
no.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, and
even
then,
if, because I know Harry's a stout dude. Even if she like just jumped on top, like if I was Harry in this situation and I'm,
You are
feeling
pretty
this-
hairy though.
feeling this way about this girl, and this girl, even if she jumped on me like that, you know what I'm doing? Slamming down. Nah, dog.
No.
You getting a free
But-
trip to the ER. You're welcome.
or she could have got on his back.
Or just take her shoes off.
And then if she doing that, snapmare takedown.
No, I mean
Yeah.
if she got on his back, it's not. I mean, it's still kind of seductive,
It's a little
but it's
flirt.
not as
It's
seductive.
not
It's
like
not
face
as
to
bad.
face.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Also, he was saying like, I could get you pregnant, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get you pregnant. You would look good pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Breeding
like,
kink.
he said, I want to fuck you so bad.
A lot of
whatever.
alcohol.
And with her face
making
like
of this.
this close to his, she was like, "Oh, kiss me." And he was like, "No, there's cameras." She's like, "No, there's not. It's fine. Go ahead." Yeah. But so after all this happens, he comes back. He's physically making himself sick. He is throwing up with how much he is upset at
At his
what
own
he did to
actions.
Jess. And Jess is just like, "What is going on with you?" And she's
Do
like,
we believe that? Though?
"Obviously, if you're that upset, then you need to tell me what's going on because
And he should have told her. I feel like it would have been better if he told her and apologized than lying or not telling her.
Yeah.
Always better to get it out.
he only
Exactly.
told her like a little bit of like, yeah, she tried to get with me.
Yeah,
I
he
picked her
sprinkled a
up.
little bit of the truth,
Yeah, to make it look
Damn,
like,
Damn,
you
it's
know,
already an hour.
yeah,
just to give her enough.
enough to just be like, oh, okay, slide it on the rug.
Is there anything else you want to cover? Because we need to be wrapping it up. It's already an hour. I know they still got to eat.
Chicken nugget salad.
Chicken nugget salad. That sounds actually pretty fucking good.
And it is. We've had 3 of them. Well, we only had
This would be-
2 of them.
This will be our third
Anything else you want to cover?
night.
Closing statements?
I think the only one like we haven't talked about Elise
Save
enough.
grounds.
All I'm saying with Elise is she
She's a
really,
snake.
yeah, she really pissed me off. She only stayed in the house because you saw she paired with Harry.
Yeah.
She, of course, didn't match with Harry and got so upset and purposely stayed in the house just to piss him off.
Mm-hmm.
That is it.
I mean, they didn't end up, being
She
matched.
already kind
And
of
she wanted to like manipulate and blackmail. She just wanted
She kinda
to
looked
take
like
them
that.
down.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
From
she
the
wasn't
beginning.
she
She was
wasn't putting out
conniving.
she wasn't putting out enough for Harry. That's why he moved to somebody.
Yeah, they had a
and
discussion
even
about
her
it.
conniving ways, Harry like didn't give a shit about. He's like, okay.
Yeah, because he had Jess. He was like,
Yeah.
Is there going to be a reunion show?
No.
No.
it happened on the last episode.
That was basically the reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't know
Elise finally matched with Justin,
Mm-hmm.
right? For like several things. She was actually like, as far as we know, into him. And literally the last episode, she's like, "Know what? I'm gonna go hook up with Brighton."
No.
What?
So before
Do
that,
the
before
same
that,
thing Harry did to her.
Brighton came in like
Oh,
the
yeah.
snake he was, and was like, "Nah, he's boring. I can see it.
He
Y'all
saw,
aren't.
He saw cracks in their relationship.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
aren't working. He's boring."
But he also tried that with Micah too.
And he didn't
And it
come
would've-
back. Justin didn't come back.
Yeah.
He got taken out back.
Yeah, he didn't show up to the voting ceremony at all.
Dang.
He was just like, nah.
So overall, how do y'all feel about the show?
The
I
ending
hated
sucked.
it. I hated it. I'm gonna watch it again.
I'm gonna watch it again.
I enjoy pain and
I'll be
suffering.
back for season 3.
Yep, always.
Just,
I wish they would, because there's a lot of people who are saying like, "Hey, we need a reunion." I would be for it, to just kind of see how everybody is now.
I feel like
I
they're
know they're not
basically
together,
Oh,
but
they've
no.
made their own reunions by
Yeah.
by airing out all the dirty laundry on TikTok and Instagram.
and everybody's doing some type of podcast to
Podcast, yeah.
let
Like
everybody
us.
know what happened. Yeah.
All right. So, do y'all have any closing thoughts? Anything else y'all want to cover?
Nope.
Okay. Well, next week, let me turn this here towards me a little bit. That's probably going to be really loud. Next week, there was some pretty big news about Dr. Disrespect
It's been years.
that dropped this past
Since 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna cover that. Of course, that dropped last night or yesterday, technically. The big bomb dropped yesterday. If you know what I'm talking about, you already know what I'm talking about. But we're gonna get into that next week because we already had this planned out before all of that happened. So next week we're gonna get into that pretty hefty.
Hot and heavy.
And plus, who knows? There might be more revelations between here and now. Or here and then.
And then we get to celebrate your birthday.
No, we don't.
Yes.
Anyways,
Hey,
we'll see y'all
October.
next week. Bye, guys.